Well, we got lots going on in our real estate market, and a lot of things have changed. Rising interest rate, rising inventory. Oh my gosh, there's so much to share with you. So I can't wait to dive into the statistics and let you know what's happening in our local real estate market here in the Space Coast of Florida today. Hi, I'm Troy with IGC Realty and Rental Management, a property investment firm located here in Melbourne, Florida, and serving the greater Space Coast. I'm getting a lot of questions and inquiries from our owners around the country and even abroad, wondering how our real estate market is going to impact their rental investments. I've got some people that are looking for more properties and others that are afraid to buy. And the big question is, where do I fall and what's going on in between? Well, let's talk reality of what's happening with our market, because yes, the real estate market is changing. Now, driven largely by a huge and rapid increase in interest rates, sales, as you can imagine, have slowed down. And my prediction is that sales will continue to slow down, rents will stabilize, and then eventually start to go up. So if you're looking for cash flow properties, pay attention to what's going on in the market and know exactly what to get. Now let's dive into the statistics real quick so you know exactly what was going on and what we're talking about. Now, one of the first things we want to look at is how many sold properties have happened in the last 30 days. Now, keep in mind, here in the Space Coast, we're a relatively small county, but a very, very active market. Within our Space Coast MLS, last month, we're talking September of 2022, we had 1,150 residential units close. That's 1,150 compared with 1,341 that closed in the same month last year. That means we now see a little bit more than a 14% decrease in sales. That's a pretty mild decrease in sales. But we're really starting to see the activities kind of change is in the pending. That means fewer properties are actually falling under contract in the month. In fact, in the month of September, 1,041, that's 1,041 units went under contract. Compare that with September of last year, where 1,464 units went under contract. That means we have a year-over-year decrease of 28.9%, about 29% decrease in active contracts. That's 29% fewer people actually writing contracts to buy homes. Now, we compare that to what's happened with the active listings because we've seen a number of listings start to increase. In fact, in September of 2022, we had 2,679 listings. That's 2,679 compared with 1,955 at this same time last year. Now, that means we've got a 37% increase in available inventory. That's huge. Now, let me tell you what's going on here. You see, people aren't moving away. In fact, they're still coming here. But what's happening is because of the rising interest rates, fewer people are deciding to buy a home and more people will be deciding to rent a home. That means if you have rental property, you're getting set in a pretty prime position to be able to provide housing, which is one of the most basic needs that people need, to the people that are still coming to this area. Now, with that being said, let's take a quick look at the rental market, because the rental market is also going to tell us what's happening with our rental rates. Now, because fewer homes are actually going under contract and selling, we are starting to see a few more come on the market. In the month of September, in fact, currently, right now, let's just talk currently, here we are at the beginning of October, we have 735 units available. But through the month of September, we rent an average of 340 units. Now, if I break that down, it means we've got a little more than 2 months' supply of rentals on the market. Now, here's what that tells you as a real estate investor. You can't get as aggressive with your rental prices and try to shoot it all the way to the top. If you've got a property that you think could rent for $2,500 a month, try putting it at $2,300, $2,400. You're going to rent it that much faster, and you're going to get it filled with somebody who's happier and probably stays longer. If you try to hold out and get the full $2,500 in this rapidly changing market, especially this time of year where rentals move a little slower naturally in the fall, then you're probably going to take 30 to 60 days to get it filled, and also you can get an extra $200 a month. In the long run, it actually costs you more money to wait for the higher rents. So be aware that the market is changing. There's increased inventory that could mean increased opportunity to get a property at the price that makes sense to you so that you can get the cash flow that you want from your investments. Give us a call or stop by our office so that we can sit down and start working on a strategy that can build you long-term wealth and long-term income with rental property right here in the Space Coast of Florida.